The next form of a line that we're going to look at is standard form. In order to understand standard form, we're going to be solving for x and y intercepts. We've seen a y-intercept with slope-intercept form. Now we're going to look at it as an ordered pair. The x value is 0 and the y value is a number. It's on the y-axis. It's where the graph crosses the y-axis. For an x-intercept, it's the opposite. Our y value is 0 and our x value is a number. And this is the point where the graph crosses the x-axis. Standard form of an equation is when x and y are on the same side of the equal sign and the constant, a constant is a number with no variable, is on the other side of the equal sign. In this lesson, we're going to be studying the importance of x and y intercepts. For a lot of different equations that you see in math, x and y intercepts are very valuable points. Example 1, we have standard form, 2x plus 5y, the variables are on the same side, equals 10. 10 is a constant, a number without a variable, and it's on the other side of the equal sign. In order to graph this, we're going to solve for the x and y intercepts. To find the x-intercept, we substitute 0 for y and solve for x. 5 times 0 is 0, so we get 2x equals 10. And when we divide both sides by 2, we get x equals 5. Write your x-intercept as an ordered pair. We have an x value of 5 when we substituted 0 for y. To solve for the y-intercept, we will replace x with 0 and solve for y. 2 times 0 is 0, so we end up with 5y equals 10. And when we divide both sides by 5, we get y equals 2. Write your y-intercept as an ordered pair. We substituted 0 for x and solved to get 2 for y. Make sure those ordered pairs are in the correct order so that when you go to graph them, you place them in the right spot on your graph. Our x-intercept is 5, 0, so that's where we are on the x-axis. Our y-intercept was 0, 2, so that's where we are on the y-axis. And then as best we can, we get a nice straight line through those 2 points. Starting off by finding the x-intercept again, we're going to replace y with 0 and solve for x. 6 times 0 is 0. We have 2x equals negative 12. So when we divide both sides by 2, we get an x-intercept of negative 6. Writing that as an ordered pair, we solved and got negative 6 for x when we substituted 0 for y. Our y-intercept, we will replace x with 0. Two times 0 is 0. Don't lose the negative sign in front of your 6. So we'll divide both sides by negative 6. Y equals positive 2. So our y-intercept, when we substituted 0 for x, we solved and got positive 2 for y. Putting those points on my graph, we had negative 6, 0 for our x-intercept and 0, positive 2 for our y-intercept. One more, taking a look at that x-intercept, we'll replace y with 0 and solve for x. We get 3x equals 18, so when we divide both sides by 3, we get an x-intercept of 6. Writing that as an ordered pair, we solved and got 6 for x when we substituted 0 for y. Finding our y-intercept, we'll replace x with 0 and solve for y. 3 times 0 is 0, not losing that negative sign in front of my 9. When I divide both sides by negative 9, I get y equals negative 2. So I substituted 0 for x and solved to get negative 2 for y. Plotting those on my graph, this time I had a positive 6, 0 for my x-intercept, and 0, -2 for my y-intercept. Here is your try question.